I've been asked to show you how you can create an offset in Design Space. The options in Design Space itself are limited, but there are things that you can do. So taking the text and going to the font selection up here, you can filter to multi-layer fonts. Now, there are quite a few in here, some of which are included with access, the ones with the little green A's. The other ones you have to pay for. If you don't have Cricut Access, you'll have to pay for any one of these. But if you have Cricut Access, Martha Stewart makes some very nice ones. I quite like the classic, and I liked the chic, but I'm going to show you the wedding cake. Let's choose the wedding cake. I'm just going to type hello. Okay, so that doesn't look like a layer font, does it? But if you come over here to the layers, turn the other layer on, just change that color for a moment, you can see that there are layers there. Once you've got the layers showing, there are things that you can do. Using your letter spacing up here on your toolbar, you can just get it to where you want it. What I want at this stage is for all the yellow ones, all the second layer, to be cutting. Now I can turn this off for a moment and just have a look, but I need them both on to be able to be adjusting. I'll just try that again. Yes, that's looking like what I want. Okay, highlighting both, ungrouping, moving your top layer aside, weld that together. It's all in one piece, it's all joined. And then when you cut it, I'm just going to bring that to the front. When you cut it, it depends on where you lay it on your project as to how it looks. You've got all sorts of choices. So that's with a multi-layer font built into Access. Okay, what if you don't have Access? There's another way you can do it. And this is really easy. I use Brother Canvas Workspace. This is also free and it's for use with the scan and cut. So it's a similar design program, but it has a few options that Design Space does not have. Okay, it's free, so just Google it and download it. What I'm going to do here first of all is go to display and hide the grid, because what I'm eventually going to do is a screenshot. I'll just make it a bit bigger and go up a bit. Okay, so the text button, same as we have in Design Space, and I'm going to type hello. Now, by default, it's used the first of their fonts, which is Antique Oakland, but you can drop down the list, either here or over on the right-hand panel, and then it goes to all the fonts on your computer. So you can choose any of your fonts. Some will work better than others. I'm looking for Allura, which has got to be before those. Amanda, L comes before M, doesn't it? There it is, Alluria. It's just one of those fonts I like. And I'm just going to make this a bit bigger so you can see it. You can see that those letters aren't joined. So what I'm going to do is go to my Edit screen panel, which is on second on the right here, and weld it. Oh, now why did it do that? Make it smaller and weld it. Don't know why it wouldn't do it when it was big, but there you go. Okay, so there it is. That's the font. I don't want to see the points. I'm going to colour it. So oh, if I don't hit it, I'll be right. Go up here to the fill colour and make it black. Now, to create the offset, I need to select it and go up to the edit menu and create offset line. Now, here you've got some choices. It can be outward, it can be inward, it can be round, it can be beveled. You can delete the original line or leave it in. You know, there's all those sort of choices, plus the size. Mine is set to inches at the moment, so I'm going to take it to 0.12 inches, and you can see that I've got that offset. Now, not sure if I like that one, so I can go to Edit, Create Offset Line, and I'm going to take it back up to the 2. Now that's more what I had in mind, but whatever you want you can do. So you can keep playing with it till you get what you want. I'm also going to fill this with colour. The reason being is that that's going to make it easier for Design Space to trace it. Now, what I'm going to do here is a screenshot. So I want no lines on my mat, and I'm going to use the Snip and Sketch tool, or you can use the snipping tool, which does the same thing. So I'm just going to highlight that, and I'm going to save it to my desktop. And you'll see I've already got it saved there several times. I'm going to do another new one, and I'm going to save that one and save that as well. Okay, I can close the snipping tool. I can close that if I want, but I'll just leave that there for the minute. Okay, so let's just move that out of the way. So I'm going to upload an image, and I'm going to browse. So I'm going to find it on my screen. Now I need the last two I did, which will be the first two up here. So that's that one. Simple. Continue. Just click, and it will take away all the white space. There's a little white space in there I want to take out as well. If I didn't take that out, let me just colour that in again. Control Z. Undo. There we go. I want to show you what happens. You see it's left that line there. So if you wanted that like that, you could. In fact, I think I like that better. So I'm going to save that. Okay, I'm going to upload the other image, and I'm going to take this screenshot. Again, it's a simple one. Continue. Now, what might make this one a bit bigger, because there's a few places in here I need to go. Using the wand, just anywhere where there's white. If you don't select the white, it will not cut it. Okay, continue. There it is, looks perfect. If it's not looking good here, you can go back and play with it. Save that. Okay, select it, hold your shift key, select the offset, and load it in. Okay, so we can see these two. Let's make them different colours. Again, you can see the effects that you can have depending on where you decide to lay it, resize it to the size that you want, and there you go. Now, what if there was a font, just move this out of the way, a Cricut font that you wanted to use and make just going to remove my filters, clear filters, and I'll just go to Cricut. I'm looking for one that is just a Cricut font. Let's have a look at this. Oh, that's not a okay. Cricut has a, oh, it must be the sans it comes up with. Let's try the Cricut sans. I'm just going to type hello. It's just a basic font. You could do this other ways. What if I particularly wanted to use that font, and I want an offset, and it's not going to create an offset in Design Space? Well, you can do the reverse to what we just did. Going up to your corner box here, we get till we've got no grid lines. Open our snipping tool and snip it. Save it, and then back in Design Space we'll go to a new screen. We don't want to save that, and I'm going to trace it, so it will trace it, image tracing. I'm going to add an image from my computer, and there it is there. Okay, this is set to trace the outer edge only. You might get some rough edges. It depends on whether it's going to come out too rough or not. Actually, that looks pretty good to me. Okay. So highlight. highlighting the letters. We can create an offset line layer. Edit. Oh, it's not going to let us create an offset line. It's got too much around it. Oh, I imported it wrong. Oops. Don't want that either. Okay, let's just do that again. Scanned image. That's the one we want. Trace outer edge only. Trace areas by color is what you want. If you do it the right way, you'll have less trouble. Okay. I will delete the image, and then I've just got the letters. Oh, except I've lost the E. That is peculiar. Do that again. I'm sure I'm not the only one that does things a dozen times. Open. Okay. Trace areas by colour. It's not picking up the E. Number of colours. 2. You know what? I'm going to go back here to design space, and I'm going to make that bigger. And I think I'll have less trouble that way. So let's go for new. Let's save that to the desktop. Let's go back here. Let's trace. Then I've got to ask my question if I cut out all those other bits. I don't want to trace the outer edge. I want to trace by colour. And now I've got the E in the middle, which is what I want. Okay, it's just processing that. But it's also got an image there. So coming to the layers menu, which is the third one down, just turn off the, oh no, don't turn off the image. We're going to delete the image, which just leaves me with the text. Okay, I'm going to fill that. Blank. Oops, I don't want to fill all of it. So that one we don't want any fill. And that one we don't want any fill. Okay. Now, highlighting it, editing, create offset line. Let's try the 1, 2, see what that looks like. It's done separate letters. Now the hello is grouped, so I can, oops. Let's just get our group of letters and move them up. You could use that. It depends on what sort of offset you want, but I want something a bit thicker, so I'm going to take that out. And I'm going to edit, create offset line, and I'm going to take it up to the 0.2 again. Still separate letters, but what I'm going to do this time is move it down. I'm going to find that little piece and delete it, and that little piece and delete it, but it's brought the O, so I need to put that there, and then I'm going to weld all those pieces together. Now it's got a couple of little pieces in there that I don't particularly want, but I can take them out in design space. So there you go, that would work as well. Now you can either take them, you don't need to take them both back, you only really need to save this one. So we need to cut that off, we need to create a new snipping, take that, save it to our desktop, go back to design space and upload our image, and make sure we've got the right one. I didn't color it. I'm going to do it as a simple one, so I can do that. Now I want to remove that one, So I'm going to use the eraser and just make it, oh no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to cut the clear in the middle. I'm just going to do that. I'm going to click continue. I'm going to save it. And I'm going to insert the image. If perchance, no, it's taken out that little piece, so I don't need to worry about that. Let's change the color of that to a yellow. I'm going to bring it to the front. And obviously I'm going to have to make it a little bit bigger. To get the right. There we go. Again, you can down, up, in the middle, whatever you want. So you can do the reverse, either creating it in Cricut Design Space with a Cricut font. You can do it in the Canvas workspace and use your screen cutting, snipping tool, print screen tool, any of those, and create it into Design Space. Either way, you get to cut what you want. So you have an offset and you have a word, and that's what you set out to do. And in Canvas Workspace, you can do it in any font on your machine, but in Design Space itself, you are limited to, if you have access, Cricut access, then you are limited to multi-layer fonts. Hope you find this helpful.